Hey, Chem Stars, this is Mrs. Vandewally. Let me welcome you back to a new year, all right? So first, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Rochester, New York. I went to Purdue University where I majored in chemistry and minored in math. I've been teaching for a while. I taught 1 year in Indiana, 2 years in South Carolina, and I've been teaching at Oak Hills High School since like 1996. So I could have even had some of your folks at this point, all right? There's actually one more thing you ought to know about me on a serious note. I have an autoimmune disease, and what that means is that my immune system attacks my body, actually more specifically attacks my intestines. And so every 6 weeks I get something called Remicade, which is made to stop my immune system. Okay. If you've read anything about in current events about COVID-19, you might have heard of people being immunocompromised, which I am. So what does that mean? It means your immunity has been stopped. Your immune system is not really working. So what does that mean? You may have also heard in the recent events that the immunocompromised population is at the second highest risk of complications, of hospitalizations, and even death. This new Delta variant is extremely contagious, and the immunocompromised people are at a very high risk of getting it. So why am I telling you this? Well, let's just talk about masks real quick, okay? I hope you will consider to protect me by wearing a mask in class. I realize at Oak Hills High School, Oak Hills Local School District, masks are currently recommended but not mandated. I know that. However, if you choose to wear a mask in my class to help protect me, I would ask you if you would sit up front. I will also have a supply of disposable masks for you if you would like to wear them for my class but didn't bring it to school that day. Also, consider this about wearing a mask. Each and every bell, your teacher must track every student whether or not they are wearing masks for contact tracing purposes. Currently, wearing a mask will prevent you from being quarantined if you're identified as a close contact of a confirmed COVID-19 case. Just a little side note, I don't know if you were quarantined last year, but I had a young man last year quarantined 4 different times. He missed a lot of school. So all in all, I really hope you seriously consider wearing a mask, at least for my bell. Okay, and I would really appreciate it if you did, because I am at a high risk. So let's talk about something more fun. Let's talk about chemistry, okay? So this year, level 2 is in 5th bell. It's 1 bell. And a level 2 class that you're in is an introduction to chemistry, which opens up a whole new world of learning about, the world around you. All right. How do things work? All right. Why do they work? So we will talk about that in terms of chemistry. Okay. And so I love chemistry. I have a passion for chemistry, and I hope that by the end of the year, next May, that you will too. Okay. So how do you get a hold of me? So here's my email address. I have it listed. And in class also, we're going to be signing up for something called a Remind, and it's a text service. So parents, you can also sign up for Remind, all right? And I will send out reminders. If I need to get a hold of a specific person about something, I can do that as well. I just ask if you have any questions for me, Remind, I will actually probably find and respond a little bit quicker, but don't text me after 10. I'm usually in bed by then, okay? So as far as procedures go, very typical. Don't be late, come to school, come to class on time. We will have so more on procedures. If you're absent, please try to get caught up right away. Remember, we do have this X bell after 3rd bell where if you're absent, you need to make up something on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. You'll have that opportunity too, okay? Policies, very typical. You can read about it in my syllabus and supply list. I just asked you to have a notebook that you can put some like tests and quizzes in. But I just want to show you something else as far as supplies go. Each and every one of you will get one of these binders. And this is well, about book one. I think you'll be given 3 of these books throughout the year, and it has all the handouts, it has all your notes, it has all your homeworks, it has all your practices, it has all your labs, all in that. And again, it worked out really, really well last year when a lot of people were quarantined. They had everything they needed. So I'm continuing to do that. My students, 100% unanimous saying those are very, very helpful. As far as other supply lists, I'd like you to have, pens, pencils, of course. A very important one for chemistry will be a calculator. It doesn't have to be a graphing calculator. It can just be a typical, $10 add, subtract, multiply, and divide. I do have a class set here. And again, with COVID, we have to be a little careful and wipe it down after use. But you're going to need one at home. Okay, so if you have to do anything with mathematically at home, you'll probably need a calculator for it. Okay. So that's really all I want to say real quick. Don't forget, there's also an open house on August 25th that you should know about, where I'd love to meet your folks. And I look forward to getting to know you this whole year. So if you know anything about me, I do a lot of videos, and I always end them with, don't wait to be great. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.